Welcome to TradeTheMDI.com. This is John. This report is for the 1st of May. And in the May Day celebrations, well, there's nothing but celebration going on in the market here. Continuation with this cyan under red and no real movement. A little bit of fading from midterm buyers within this end of month setup. But if we get that moved out of the way so you can see it, the clarity of that move has been pretty consistent going through. We have a little bit lower shakeout though created under this, and we're just about with Azure and gold meeting. In fact, Azure slightly overtaking gold in this particular case, which is very unusual, and it's a little bit of a warning. I get a little bit more hesitant. I haven't seen though the steel move that's coming back above cyan and moving below to indicate that there's been an imbalance or a change in that. We're watching the paralleling now of the red and cyan because what we're looking for will be a DOC spread where the cyan crosses above and or red starts to fade back below. Would be a key indication on a beginning of the month breakout would be the turning up of red, and that would result in a breakout well towards that 3,000 number. We'll see. From an NQ standpoint, you can see it's a little bit more narrow, not as strong, and you've already had that rollover of gold as well as Azure right there, meaning the salvation has been the blue catching up by rising slightly. That's been enough to hold it together, and the fact that we have this extreme move on steel. But now this being low like this, you really want to see the steel get it back above negative 13 because at this level, breaking the DOC, and you could get a significant decline. So it's worth being a little bit circumspect and watching where that's going. So we saw the retrace of the dip below the red line here for euro. At the same time, then we get the perfect orange plunge right before the 23, and so boom, it's created a little bit of movement. We expected to come back to at least the 0 point level here. The question will be, can they get back up to that 50%, which is what we were talking about, which was the 128 level. Once we saw this configuration taking place, so and that will bolster the market. That's going to be a positive. Gold within its weakness. I mean, it's been a decent pop here off the bottom of the shakeout reading, but at the end of the day, it's going to have to hold this move of the green midterm buyers over shorts. It's a pretty significant move down lower for the shorts, so they've kind of pretty much cleared out of this setup. Really got to see the red DOC move above 13.5, which was this last pivot of it right here, and moving above that would be a break of the range resistance, so it hasn't really done that yet. But this is what it was from an intraday standpoint. So we had that little brief falling off. It resulted in a nice little buy configuration with the dip below the red line. We ended up with a similar configuration, and that spread increased well over 2.5. We go back right on this one, you can see that's where the crossover originally happened. And then from there onto the next bar, we get a significant spread between the histo and the, the magenta and the yellow right there. It's almost, it's almost 6.5 plus. And so that's enough. The move right here, which was close, was a little over 1 point. It's a little suspect. Getting it closer to the 23% too at that same point when you have that crossover. What concerned me with this one was this move of the shakeout well above the negative 13. Sometimes those tend not to last. So I was fairly defensive with this one from an ABM standpoint. I was following that ABM green, but then we moved to positive shakeout, boom, and it's pretty much clean from there on. There really wasn't a whole lot going on, even when you ended up with the magenta back over here. All that was just the first break of the magenta below the 15 line, and pretty much held right at the ABM. Barely, you didn't even make it to the 76%, which was pretty significant. It was very slow trading. Oh my God, was like pulling teeth that just never went anywhere. It was like just yank, 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 and finally it created the first positive shakeout there. That even moved to the cyan under red DOC and kind of bolted right back up to the peaks. The 50K, take a look at that one, had sold out already because of the breakdown from that 25 right to 39. And it just became a little bit too extenuating. Once it broke below 76 there, it was sort of okay, you've got an opportunity to turn around. And it avoided dipping well below, what would have been below break even. But constituted a new buy, right back, pretty close to the same level, just a little bit higher, right at 42, a couple of points difference, and was able to recapture the run from that particular point. It did create new equity highs, if we take a look at those. So, all new equity highs, keeps lifting the total, so 250,000 for the year so far. And fairly decent from a relative time period, because this one's only going back to December 15, so 16 to 19. There you have it. That's the long and short. The indicators have been sent out for the new month. All the adjustments that I'm continuing to make, I'm just testing several more of them, so I would think that too long I'll have an even better update for it. And we'll continue to plug away, looking for a little bit bigger volatility, even though these ranges are still decent. It's just a matter of following what's given to us. And we'll just keep doing what we're doing because it's working. As always, though, trade well. We'll talk again later.